So this is a fun one. Let's untie this. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this because I think this is really insanely a fun idea. I like because most of the situation now, like here's these three situations, is going to be mostly similar. And besides a couple of things that I want to mention, they kind of don't break it. You can't get the format. Guy walks in, sees a group of sort of like females, and the situation goes, one of them will be the person you will marry. Da 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 da. And it continues. And this, I think, in an amazing way, alongside certain other things like the visuals between the knot. But I think like it's the same type of visuals, which is like it makes more sense in Yumi. Like this one, I think is interesting. More of like I like the idea of like tying the knot is like a pun, like tying the knot, settling in, and like tying the relationship. But also, all of these people have these sort of like rope like material. I don't know what it is. I know it's like a ropey thing. I'm not 100% sure, but it's like this sort of like I think thing that is given to the free girls by their mum, and I do find that interesting. But also, I don't know why I keep saying but when I'm not contradicting myself. I'm an idiot. But that's the only thing I do is like, but this, but that, but that. You add a conditional and it should be and this. But that doesn't help. That is the only one that's contradictory. Or just anyway. One of the things I like about this is simply, like I said, it breaks from the format. At the beginning, it's mostly the same. Trying to deal with the shrine, kind of deal with that. The first roadblock is when you are starting to get visions and magic, which is pretty early on, even before like them doing the major helps with the shrine. And then you get individual episodes around time travel for one of them. And yeah, I know which ones is which. A time loop with another, and a body swap with the third. Which there's reasons within all of this, and it's really interesting because of that, and I do like that, and I 100% think it's a really fun idea. But it's something that I wouldn't get, and you do get it sometimes, where definitely with like one of the other series I was watching, uh, in season 2 they get someone new, or even like I think 100 girlfriends is a bit of an exception because that is trying to do something fully insane. This person, where they set up these three girls, introduces one of the girls in the thing. You don't think about her because she is there. She is kind of one of those like things where it's like she seems like she's like not even an option. She's there. She barely has, I think, a lot of like. She's mostly joking and making fun, and I kind of debatably wrongfully or rightfully so wrote her off. Like, oh yeah, of course it's going to be one of these three. And I think they kind of had that in mind because they have a whole thing of like alternate timeline, which I don't know if it's multiverse or if it's just a witch thing. I don't know. I'm not thinking about it because they don't bring it up too much. They have to break the knot, break the thing that connects them. I don't know if that means like she doesn't remember him entirely. That will be effed up, but very interesting in the show. Sort of like leaning towards he goes to these three. But I don't know if that's an actual thing. I also like that they go to a different timeline. Arthur's like, yep, we're all together. And it's like, oh, this is going to be interesting. So overall, I think the idea that they bring up and bringing up definitely a more magic focus in this like romance thing. Of like a situation of like one person and they're definitely marrying one of these three people. Oh, there's a harem. I'm gonna be completely honest. It does kind of seem like it's kind of sort of doing a thing. I also like the idea that they've all sort of been like, oh yeah, I can, I'll be the one who becomes the. Also, I know there's a whole shrine thing of like they have to have. I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not the biggest expert. I don't know how accurate this is actual shrines, yada yada yada. But I'm not gonna deal with that because I don't know much, and it's a bit confusing. It is really fun that they bring sort of a magical vibe to it. But yeah, like I said, it's really fun, it's really entertaining, and just a vibe. So yeah, Lilo and Stitch Season 1. This is going to be interesting.